We're going to do some powerful ritual today. So I need your vibration up close and personal. Come up real close. We're going to do some ancestral healing. This is the vibration of the living altar of sacred change. We are the alchemistic. I really need to feel you. Bring your sacred ass closer. Really important. We got some work to do together. Some ancestral healing. In the resonance that we are the focalization. I love that heartbeat, just a little softer. Thank you so much, beloveds. Some ancestral healing. The alchemistic living altar of sacred change. I invoke, decree, and dream awake the full cellular ascension of my being, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, in this now, with the full support of God, Goddess, the Ascended Master realm, to include our Ascended Master Self, Father Saint Germain, Sananda, the Holy Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Goddess of Mercy, Archangel Michael, and the legions, Ashtar, and the entire command, Babaji, Raphael, Gabriel, clan of the trumpet angels, Aboriginal and tribal shaman, goddesses of fortune, angels of light, Elohim, clan of the serpents, Shiva, Olodumare, all Christ frequencies, all animal totems, elementals of fire, air, water, and earth, all divine beings of light, love, and ascension, named and unnamed. Activate the cells within our being who are your counterparts with the unified power of the One. I decree my highest good always operating in this now. I decree grace and mercy always operating in this now. I invoke, decree, and dream awake the full truth and reality of ascension in this now. I invoke and dream awake worldwide release of all negative vibrations. I am infinite opulence. I invoke and dream awake my personal empowerment in every instant that anyone is impacted by my being and creations. I invoke and dream awake the infinite empowerment of my sexual, spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, and financial relationship with life. I invoke and dream awake sacred sexuality, erotic innocence, and always express the sacredness of sexual force for pleasure, creativity, and healing. I invoke and dream awake worldwide healing from all sexual woundedness and shame. I invoke and dream awake worldwide release of all manipulating forces and beings who would control humanity, past, present, and future. I invoke the angels and ascended masters to realign and heal all misused energy to include the full restructuring of our DNA. I invoke and dream awake the transmutation of all negative and judgmental projections. I invoke and dream awake my infinite ability and willingness to receive all life's blessings. I invoke and dream awake a constant attitude of gratitude for my whole life, all my ascension resonances. I receive infinite power. I am that I am. On mountain heights of heaven's land, I now invoke the master plan because it's my divine birthright. I'm giving back my cosmic sight. At dawn of life, I was so high with the angels I did fly. I now ascend to higher plane. The ancient times now come again. It's in the name of holy peace that all our blessings now increase. My great abundance now comply with power of my single eye. I bless the darkness, make it right, reverse the tide and free the light. God, Goddess, make my power ever pure, else let the power not endure. I love and live my fellow man and woman and understand the master plan. For me, there's simply nothing new except that which I always knew. First I spin at speed of light, within, without, come now my sight, almighty spirit Elohim, make truth of this my cosmic dream. Yes, my eye is really single with light, my body does now tingle. Oh, my soul is so brand new, I now know all that I once knew. are about the business of a healing frequency. We want to heal the treachery that has passed between the masculine and the feminine. A moment of sacred healing, beloveds. Healing of the treachery that has passed between the masculine and the feminine. As a representation of the man God, I stand forth and I offer the sacred apology to women. Sacred apology to all of the goddesses. On behalf of any man that has ever hurt you or harmed you in any lifetime, I, as representative of every man, sacredly apologize to you. By the grace of God, Goddess, and the whole universe, our being, give back to you, beloved goddesses, beloved sisters, any power ever falsely taken from you by any man, any woman, any being, anything in any lifetime. Come deep into your emotional body. Feel the resonance of this vibration. Beloved sisters, feel this sacred apology as authentically as it came from the perpetrator himself. I am every man and every man is me. I speak on behalf of all of my brothers. Beloved sisters, so sorry for the unkindnesses, the crossing of your boundaries. I apologize for every father, brother, and son, every husband, boyfriend, and stranger, every uncle, every cousin, every being. We come to the resonance of who we are at the sacred central core of being. We go beyond the surface madness into the inner divinity. The theme of this experience is divine madness. We're going to cause the madness to morph into the divinity. See, it is wise not to despise it. Use that shit-doodle to fertilize it, for life's greatest connoisseur gets the best crops from the best manure. I say it is wise not to despise it. Use the dung to fertilize it, for life's greatest connoisseur gets the best crops from the best manure. Feel the resonance of who you are at the central core of your being. Who you are in the resonance of your inner divinity is the I and the I am of the storm. And so to complete the fruition of this sacred apology to you, beloved sisters, I'm going to prostrate and bow before you in owning and taking responsibility for the unkindnesses that I have wielded against you. Growing up in the treacherous ghettos of Chicago, all of my role models were pimps and hoes and gangsters and thieves and con men and con women and drug salesmen. And I was a part of that treachery from age 16 to 22. At 22, the spiritual light came on, but from 16 to 22 was my 6 years of insanity, being a part of that treachery. But when we look at our treachery and the negativity that we have engaged in, we don't want to go into feeling guilt. Guilt will never heal anything. It is a matter of taking responsibility for that which we put out there and going to the central core, which is the I and the I am of the storm. Just like a raging tornado or hurricane can come down the block and completely demolish one side of the street, and the other side is left totally intact. Why? Because the side that was left totally intact was passed over by the eye of the storm, a place of pristine calm and peace. There is a resonance at the central core of your being that is the peace that passeth all understanding. All of the madness, all of the negativity, all of the darkness, all of the hatred, all of the fear, all of the pain is always the surface, can never be the center, because light owns the center. The Most High owns the center. Our inner divinity is within the center. And so, my beloved sisters, in honor of this sacred apology, I'm I'm going to now prostrate before you. And I'd like at least 6 brothers to join me and prostrate with me. We're going to make this a powerful healing. We're going to prostrate before the sisters and say, beloved goddesses, beloved sisters, I'm so sorry for the unkindnesses, to bring about a healing of this ancestral wound. And wherever you are, brother, bow your head or touch the earth and facilitate this healing vibration. Beloved goddesses, this is for you. Thank you for receiving this. Thank you for loving yourself. Thank you for remembering that you make a monumental impact upon the expansion of the universe. That the universe is better by virtue of you. That you in the individualization of your being is a blessing unto the Most High. By virtue of your individualization of being, the Most High receives something that the Most High can't get anywhere else. Know the resonance of blessing that you are even unto Creator Source. And now raise your hands and pour out the blessing upon our Creator, the Most High. We are the individualization of Creator Source, and we have the power to bless Creator. And yes, Creator Source is infinitely rich in blessing and does not need a blessing. And yet it's like you and me. If we're rich in love and somebody says, I want to share some love with you, do we say, oh, I'm all full up, I don't need no more love? No, we receive that love, and even though we were already rich in love, now we're even richer in love. And so Creator Source is now richer in blessedness by virtue of our having the presence of mind and heart to bless the Most High. And our self-esteem then skyrockets through the roof of the cosmos. All is well in the kingdom of this sacred now. Trust and forgiveness, the sacred twins. Trust brought us to this earth, to heaven. Forgiveness, the sins. The rage of resentment blocks the lessons we must learn in the darkness of relationships, then constantly return. The weapon of distrust breeds the horrors of our pain, and distrustful ones will come to us until we trust again. Forgiveness is the master key, opening the cage to set us free from distrust, misery, pain, and strife from those we feel have wrecked our life. Who can do a thing to us that we ourselves did not create? Will we place blame outside ourselves, or was it us who wove our fate? The past I reap, the future I sow, the present collects the debts I owe. If I had not the need, there would be no dirty deed, much wisdom to be gained from the center of my pain. Forgiveness is a must, for it teaches us to trust. Suspicion is a hungry beast that rips away our inner peace. Let go now of past resentment toward fallen love of yesterday. If not, your past repeats itself and steals the joy of this great day. If you don't forgive the past, you can't trust the present, and you then attract a future untrustworthy and unpleasant. Forgiving the past, trusting the present, making the future sweet and pleasant, blessing the darkness, making it right, reversing the tide, and freeing the light. Thank you, beloved sisters, for receiving that sacred apology. Thank you for up-leveling your trust. If you have difficulty trusting this or that brother king, then take your trust up onto the altar of the Most High. And beloved sisters, beloved queens, say unto the Most High, beloved Creator Source, I trust you to make me magnetic to attracting the male vibration that is so trustworthy and honoring. Beloved Most High, I trust you to make me, the goddess, receptive and magnetic to attracting the trustworthy frequency of the male vibration. Go down into the core of your being, beloved sisters, beloved goddesses. Feel the absolute worthiness of your being to be treated like a queen, to be honored, to be revered, and to come into the full magnitude of your power. It's time for you to know that at the central core of your being is the stuff that any king's dreams are made of. No, it doesn't mean that every king or every man will prefer you, but rest in the empowerment of the knowingness that you have what every king seeks. Let that be a skyrocketing of your self-esteem through the roof of the cosmos. And beloved kings, know that for yourself. At the center of your being, beloved man God, you have the stuff that every queen's dreams are made of. And no, every queen will not necessarily prefer or pursue you. And yet the truth is you have what every queen seeks. Let there be this up-leveling of our self-esteem, feeling good about ourselves, and knowing that the only prerequisite that we need for loving ourselves is that we live and move and have our being. Creator Source loves us with an infinite love, validates us with an infinite validation, an infinite validation by virtue of one fact, and that is that we are. Beloveds, the way that the Most High loves and appreciates you has nothing to do with what you do, achieve, and create. The Most High loves and appreciates you by virtue of your being. And that's all you need as a prerequisite for loving and appreciating yourself, is that you live and move and have your being. We want to feel the all-dimensionality of self-love, the multiple memoration or the multi-memoration. When you multi-memorate, you own the blessedness that exists within every being and all existence. For that which is the essence of the drop is the essence of the ocean. And the way you treat the drop is the way you treat the ocean. You are the drop and you are the ocean. As the drop of spirit, you're the qualitative essence of the all that is. Everything to be known of the Most High is found in the central core of your being. And so we want to let go of following the example of the treachery of the enslavers. Now notice, I didn't say slave masters. I am not going to ascribe the term master. Any being that enslaves another is not about the business of mastery. But we want to let go of the treachery that we have learned through the enslavers. Because to a great extent, that's where we learned it. And then brought it into the family and brought it into the community. These unkindnesses and these expressions of treachery. But let our heart be full of forgiveness. For each and every one of us have that I and I am of the storm that is never touched by any of that. That never partook in that treachery. We can only partake in treachery from the outwardness of being. For the inwardness of being is the real estate of the Most High. All is well in the kingdom of the sacred now. Abundance. Some people say, I don't want to make a lot of money, and somebody says that would lie about other things too. We want to call in the abundance now. Money, money crystallize, stream right now into my hands. Golden sun within me rise, let abundance take a stand. I allow the manifestation, big financial compensation. Great success, now come along and sing with me prosperity song. I am filled with inspiration. Gold now fills my situation. With my heart, I thank you, Lord. All I want, I can afford. Let it not only be for me, let all the world be rich and free. Let love and peace and truth abound in my life, the world around. In my hands be ceaseless action, bringing wealth and satisfaction with God. Vision and reflection, see my money's resurrection. Blessings here and all about. Courage, faith, and wisdom sprout. Gold for me is everywhere, and with all I ever share. Let good fortune go before me, right beside me and behind me. All with money now adore me, with gold and emeralds they adorn me. Here's the vision I now see. Love has brought reality. Oh yes, it does exist for me. The angels have now set me free. The angels have now set you free. So I'm going to finalize with some didgeridoo, and when I offer the didgeridoo, how many of y'all know what Kegels are? Okay, if you don't know what Kegels are, that's what women are told to do when they're with child. But the Kegel is a Kundalini pump. It's that place that is between the anus and the genitalia. Some call it the perineum over in the east. When you squeeze that muscle, you activate creation force. So while you're listening, I want you to be listening and squeezing. And also intending. Now some of us have a challenge being heard, and we feel like, oh, they just didn't hear me. They didn't get me. When you really want to be heard, you're speaking and squeezing. Now, this will show you something. We're going to say in general, I'm going to say my name. I'm going to say my name is Astarius. It's very nice to meet you. I'm going to say that in general. You're going to say yours. Everybody together. My name is Astarius. It's very nice to meet you. Okay, now squeeze that muscle really nice and tight. And let's say the same thing. My name is Astarius, and it's very nice to meet you. Could you feel the difference of the energy? When you're speaking and squeezing, you're activating Kundalini that is rising up to open up the chakras, and it up-levels your faith in the likelihood of being heard. See, if you have any question about being heard, you speaking and squeezing. Now, they don't know that you're speaking and squeezing, but they might just want to lean in and really get what it is that you're sharing. It's a great power I'm sharing with you right now. Speaking and squeezing, plus it feels real nice. And it also, there's many benefits to that. You know, you can empower your word with that. There's health benefits to that. The more a woman is squeezing that PC muscle, the healthier the whole womb is, tubes and the ovaries. The more a man is squeezing that muscle, the healthier the prostate is. And then the sexual benefits are the man is able to maintain his uprightness, and he doesn't prematurely spew his seed and become a minute man and leave his goddess hanging. And then the goddess develops a sacred gripper snapper to be able to squeeze the living juice out of something. Now I want you to feel the sacredness of sexuality, because that's our power to create. Let go of the erotic shame. So when I play the didgeridoo, speaking and squeezing and intending what you want for your life. And we're going to create together. It's a moment of co-creation. And brother, my drummer brothers, I want to do some rhythms that I want you to just track with me. Just track with me on these rhythms. I love you so much. If you knew how much I'm loving you, you'd be dancing all around. didgeridoo, because some of you may not be familiar with this instrument. When I'm playing the didgeridoo, I'm playing with circular breathing. You may have noticed there was no gaps in the sound. So even when I take an inhalation, there's still a stream of air being blown out. So the uninterrupted sound is a reflection of the endless nature of eternity. And also, before I play, just give you my quick commercial. Everything that I've recited is from my book, Miraculii, Song of Ascension. And I do have some copies with me today. Also, check me out on social media. You know, Astarius, Miraculii. More than 1,100 videos, been blessed with 3.5 million views plus. So please be sure to go and check me out. And you'll find some very inspirational things. And on my website, Astarius.com, my latest double album, the first album, is given free. All you have to do is go there and download it. That's my gift to you. I wrote that in response to the craziness in the world. You're right during the big intensity of COVID. So definitely go and get Astarius.com, Astarius.com. And so this last piece is a little bit of a meditational transmission of solo didgeridoo, for you to feel that vibration and let it penetrate your core and affirm what it is that you want for your life. Good. receiving this vibration.
Thank you.
And be aware that everything that has flowed from up here is a co-creation. It could not have been precisely the same without your participation and your co-creative input. So you have co-created something amazing, and I want you to celebrate yourself for that. Every day look in the mirror, put your arms around yourself, and then tell yourself how much you love you, and then pinch yourself on all four cheeks, top and bottom. That's a sweet cheekaboo for you. You probably played peekaboo before, but cheekaboo is a bit more fun. I love you so much, and fly well on the wings of Ascension. I am Astarius, Miraculii. Somebody give it up for Astarius, Miraculii. Yes.
So I think we're